Hello, this is the weekly video review of the Web Science How the Web is Changing the World massive open online course by the University of Southampton. My name is Manuel. I am a PhD student in this university and a Web Science PhD student. Hello.
Hi, I'm Johanna and I'm also a Web Science PhD student in the Web Science Centre for Doctoral Training here at Southampton.
So, before we start commenting on your comments, we are going to give you some figures of what has been going on during the course these days. So this is today is Friday. This is day 5 of the course, and we have a learning community of a little bit more than 1,000 learners. Of those, 65 of you have already finished. Congratulations!
Wow. Well done.
Of those who have finished the course. And we have a social learning community, which means people commenting, people making comments, of a little bit more than 350 commenters. So the comments in the course and your contributions in the course. We are going to start by the activity in which we have put a little bit more emphasis, which is net neutrality. In net neutrality, we have had quite a lot of comments on for net neutrality or against net neutrality, and we have run a poll as well. In the poll, we have had, let me check my notes, 71% of you are for net neutrality regulation and 29% of you are against. We are aware that this is too simple a question. Yes or no usually is too much. You lose many details of the question, and there's many middle terms in which we cannot see from your answers. But this is how polls are, and you have to take a stance.
That's right. And the good news is that many of you kind of gave us more of a flavour of your arguments in the comments, which had a lot of interesting and subtle arguments for and against. On the for side, I just want to bring attention to Rachel Ward's comment here.
Hi Rachel.
Because Rachel notes that data that might seem very trivial to one person could in fact be life-changing to another person, and putting the decision about whether that data is important or not in the hands of a third party is maybe not the most sensible thing to do. It's too big and complicated a decision to make.
Yes, exactly. Net neutrality, for some people it affects more, and to some other people it doesn't really affect in their lives.
Exactly.
Yes.
On the against side, we've got some interesting comments. Joe Rusden, hi Joe.
Hi Joe.
Suggests that net neutrality might in fact stifle innovation if ISPs are not allowed to make financial gain from creating faster lanes for the web, which is a really interesting thought. And in a related issue, Jay Piercy, hi Jay, suggests that in fact the legislation around net neutrality might increase costs and create time delays, and so much that introduce friction into the system unnecessarily.
Yes, friction into the system and slowing down the process. It's not the first time that happens that stiff and tough regulations slow down the innovation processes. And also ISPs, internet service providers, they are private companies. They have to make their business. They need a motivation for innovating and for providing a better service. If we stop this with internet net neutrality regulations, that may stop them from innovating and from providing a better service. That's an argument, of course.
And I think it's probably worth pointing out that one of the things that made the World Wide Web, so much more successful than some of the other systems we've introduced you to this week was how free it was and how people were allowed to really do very much what they wanted with it, and that has really led to its success.
Yes. Okay, let's move to the Padlets. The Padlets are these walls in which you have posted some of your videos and photos about your experience about the web in your part of the world. And thank you very much for posting these nice videos and photos and contributions. And we encourage you to post much more. We have placed 5 different Padlets. If you come to one of them and you see that it's too busy because there are too many contributions, go to Padlet 2 or Padlet 3 or until 5, in which you will be able to post your video, photo, thoughts, and they will be really visible. Actually, we look at them all and they are really nice. I would like to highlight some of them. For example, this one from Rosalie from Alice Springs in Australia, people posting from Australia.
Yeah, brilliant.
And she says, internet is a powerful means for letting people know about protest and actions worldwide. So all this activism in the web, it's civil activism and civil protests. The web has helped give voice to all these people who don't agree with anything that's going on with their government or in their country. And once you move to week 2, you will be able to see some of our colleagues' research. It's in step 2.13. Our colleague Phil Waddell he's a researcher and is looking at political activism on the web. And we think it's quite an interesting video and an interesting article that he has posted there.
Yeah, and that in fact brings me to a posted by Siddha Jayasundaran, hi Siddha, in section 1.5, if you want to go back and look to it, where he questioned the benefits of the web and said, well, I think they've been greatly exaggerated. And one of the examples he came to was about the web and activism. And he said, in the case of the Arab Spring, there's a lot of talk about how Twitter helped the Arab Spring happen. He said, well, I don't know if I actually believe that. And Professor Carr, one of the lead educators on this course, came back and he said, well, exactly that. This is what web science does. Yes. It takes these claims made about the web and it addresses them critically and empirically and seeks to understand, is this true? Is this just a claim? How can we prove this? If it is true, what can we do about it to build on that or to make it better if it's something that's problematic?
That is what we do actually in the doctoral training center. So we are people from many different disciplines and we assess to what extent the web is making a contribution to the change of society in general. So is the web an essential factor in how things are going on right now, or is just a subsidiary one?
Nice to have.
Nice to have, yeah. Okay, anything else, Johanna?
Well, I want to go back to just a couple more points on the Padlets. It's kind of very nice stories that Matt Whitnell shared with us about how he actually adopted his dog through the web. But he also reminded us of the saying that everyone is a dog on the web, which essentially means if you are interacting with somebody online, you actually are open to what they are presenting themselves at. You don't really know, if they're claiming to be somebody, you don't really know whether they are telling the truth or not, which is something that's always vital to think about, not just in terms of individuals, but also in terms of any representation on the web. Mm-hmm. And we had an anonymous poster from Kent in the UK who also pointed out how web words are finding their way into our vocabulary. I know I do this, and many of you might. I don't say any longer, hey, why don't you search for that online? I say, Google it. And if I want to sell something secondhand, I might say, I'll eBay that. And Manuel has got a great book that you might be interested in.
New words and new language that we are using as a result of the use of new technologies, in this case the web. I would like to highlight this book by David Crystal, and the title of the book is Language and the Internet. In this book, David Crystal argues that the Internet has encouraged a dramatic expansion in the variety and creativity of language. Do you agree with that?
I certainly do.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, I Google it, you'll find that out.
Okay. Well, I think that's all from us. at the moment. Thank you very much again for
Thank you.
posting so many interesting comments. Thank you very much for your contributions, and we are looking forward to seeing many more of those and to respond to as many as we can. You may have already seen Johanna replying to so many comments, and we have also Gefion and Nick who will address your questions and comments and contributions. Thank you.
So yes, please continue with the really interesting debate in week 2, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye.